Hi students, so I am here to share with you the day before examination strategy for financial accounting. So that is a paper number 6 of your CMA Inter. So first I will here I have given the topics and also the areas what you are required to cover. So here I have given the areas topics based on the importance they are having from the public exam point of view. First, if you see the accounting standards. So the accounting standards weightage we are having 20%. So here we are going to cover the less or little content, but the weightage of the content is somewhat a considerable amount considerable weightage. It is around 20 marks. So in the accounting standards, first introduction to accounting standards. Sir, whether we have to go through this chapter or not? Actually, in the introduction to accounting standards, so just you go through the MCQs what we have given. So there is a separate material we have given for the MCQs. So in that MCQ material, we have covered all the MCQs of institutes, ICMA sources. So like study material, RTPs, MTPs and past examination papers. So just to go through that material, so related to this introduction to accounting standards. So just to go through the MCQs what we have given in our MCQ material. Next, coming to AS1. So in case of AS1, so just cover the problems which are related, just go through all the questions which are covered in our material. So frequently a question was being given from the AS1, so that is disclosure of accounting policies. So just to go through whatever the problems we are having, just it will take a time of around 5 to 10 minutes only. If you have already revised this accounting standard during your revision time. So just go through all the questions which are given in our material. Some true or false questions will be there and some disclosure of accounting policies related questions will be there. Just go through all those questions. And next, coming to AS10. So in the AS10, what are the problems we are required to cover? So cover the problems which are related to the calculation of cost of PPE. So what are the elements to be included in the determination of cost of PPE, and also cover the problems which are related to depreciation. So the depreciation related problems are also important. So either the depreciation related problem may be given from the depreciation chapter, or it can also be from the AS10 point of view also. So cover the problems which are related to cost of PP and the depreciation related problems. Next, coming to AS11. So in case of AS11, so what are the areas that we should cover? So first go through the foreign currency transactions. So actually 3 areas covered under AS11. So that is a translation of foreign currency transactions and translation of foreign operation and forward exchange contracts. So simply you can ignore the forward exchange contracts and accounting for translation of foreign operation. So just go through the problems which are based on the foreign currency transactions. And also one more area that is important is, so that is comparative provisions. So in the recent examination, if you see in the new pattern, so in each and every exam they are asking a question based on the, so write the comparative provisions between accounting standards and Ind AS. So a 7 marks question is giving in the examination. They are giving in the examination. So in the previous exam they have given based on AS12. So like that a comparative provisions questions may also be tested in the coming or upcoming examinations. So just to go through what are the comparative provisions, so between the AS11 and corresponding Ind AS. And next one, so in case of AS12, so that is accounting for government grants, what are the kind of problems that we should cover? So just to go through the problems which are having the treatment of different types of grants. So whether it is a monetary grant or non-monetary grant. Again under monetary grant, whether it is related to promoters contribution or related to depreciable fixed asset or non-depreciable asset, like that. So different types of grants will be given in a particular problem and you are required to answer them based on the provisions of AS12. So such kind of problems are important from the exam point of view, and also solve the questions which are based on the refund of grant. So accounting treatment for refund of grant. So hardly we are having 3 to 4 questions only. So in this AS12 related to different types of grants and refund of grant. So just to go through those questions, and also cover the question which is related to comparative provisions. Actually in the previous examination they have given. So in case of AS12 based on the comparative provisions, so in this exam better you should cover from the other accounting standards, comparative provisions related to other accounting standards. Next, coming to AS16. So in case of AS16, what are the areas that we should consider? So first of all, interest to be capitalized in case of general and specific borrowings. So in case of specific borrowings and general borrowings, how much amount of interest should be added to the cost of the qualifying asset? So those kind of problems you are required to consider. And next, cover the question which is related to comparative provisions. Here also one question will be there. What are the comparative provisions between AS 16 and corresponding Ind AS? So just to go through that, so theory question also. And next, coming to AS 19, so this is also one of the important accounting standard from exam point of view. So cover the problems which are based on accounting treatment in the books of the lessee. So at what value we should recognize the asset in the books of the lessee? So those kind of problems we are having in our material. So just to go through those problems, that is the accounting in the books of lessee. And also in the books of lessor, we should calculate the net investment in lease and also the calculation of unearned finance income. So these are the two areas which are important from exam point of view. And rarely they will test a question from sale and leaseback. Just to go through the one problem which is based on the sale and leaseback transaction also. So these are the areas that we should cover in case of AS 19. And in case of AS 19, we are not having any comparative provisions. Okay, na? So thereby just go through the problem areas only. So we are not having any comparative provisions in case of AS 19. Actually, some comparative provisions are there, but so that kind of question was not given in the study material. So it will not be tested in the exam. So AS 22 next. So just go through the problems which are based on the creation of and reversal of deferred tax asset and deferred tax liability. So whether DTA is to be created or DTL is to be created, or whether it is to be already created DTA or DTL is to be reversed. So based on that, we are having some problems. Just to go through those problems in AS 22 and also cover the theory question which is related to comparative provisions. So these are the areas that we should focus in case of accounting standards. Okay, ma. Next, coming to partnership accounts. So in case of partnership account, just to go through the topics what you have revised during your revision time. Sir, I have not gone through the partnership chapter. Then simply ignore that chapter. So within this hardly 10 hours time, so we can't able to revise the entire partnership accounts. If you have already gone through this partnership accounts chapter during your revision time, just to revise those topics what you have revised during your revision time, and also go through the MCQs what we have given in our MCQ material. So separate MCQ material we have given. So in that MCQ material, so several MCQs from various institute sources we have gathered. So in those MCQs, calculation of gaining ratio, sacrificing ratio, like that some questions will be there. So there is a guarantee question from calculation of gaining or sacrificing ratio. MCQ will be tested from partnership accounts. So just to go through whatever the MCQs we have given in our MCQ material. So I can damn sure say that so after going through the MCQ material what we have given, so we can at least cover 20 to 25 MCQs from that material only. Okay. Why? Because the material was so designed in such a way that we have gathered all the MCQs from all the institute sources, like past examination questions, MTPs, MQPs, and study material. So like that workbooks also, and previously in under the old syllabus we are having workbooks. Those workbook MCQs also we have covered. Next one, coming to the preparation of financial statements of a sole proprietor. So that is simply our final accounts chapter. So in the final accounts chapter, so mainly focus on the treatment of provision for bad debts. So this is the area so where continuously they are testing a question from this topic, and also go through the various adjustments. Based on the various adjustments, just try to solve at least one or two problems. And also, so one of the important area MCQs. So from the final accounts chapter also continuously they are asking one or two MCQs. So just to go through the MCQs which are given in our MCQ material. Okay, na? Next, coming to the non-profit organization chapter, so NPO. So in case of NPO also same pattern what we are following in case of partnership. So the lengthy chapters like partnership, non-profit organization, and preparation of financial statements from incomplete records. Actually, you cannot revise these topics within this available 10 hours time period. You have already gone through this chapter in your revision time, just to revise those topics at least once. And if you have not touched those chapters in the revision time, just simply skip these chapters. You can't able to cover these chapters. So in case of these chapters, if I have not covered these chapters in my revision time, so what are the areas that I should cover. So just you can cover, you can able to cover only the MCQs only. And in case of NPO chapter, continuously they are asking one or two MCQs. So just to go through all the MCQs what we have given in our MCQ material. And similarly in case of incomplete records also, based on so how what are the topics you have revised in your revision time, just to cover those topics. And if this topic is not covered in your revision time, so at least try to cover the capital comparison method. So in this chapter we are having two problem areas. So one is the capital comparison method and another one is the conversion method. So if you have not revised in your revision, so this chapter, so in that case you can able to cover at least this capital comparison method. Next, branch accounts also, this is also one of the biggest big chapter. So in this chapter, what are the areas that we should cover? So go through the topics what you have revised in your revision time. Sir, I have not revised this chapter in my revision time. So then try to cover, so at least one problem based on the debtors method and also stock and debtors method. So in the public examination, continuously they are asking a question from branch accounts, and either it will be from the debtors method or it will be from the stock and debtors method. In most of the cases, so they will give from the debtors method. So and also there is a possibility of getting a question from stock and debtors method also. So if you have not revised this chapter in your revision time, try to cover at least one problem based on debtors method and stock and debtors method. And similarly, hire purchase. So in case of hire purchase, what are the important areas? That is calculation of missing figures. So how to calculate the cash price, how to calculate the interest included in each installment. So like that, various missing figures calculations will be there. So those kind of problems are important from exam point of view. And also cover the problems which are related to complete and partial repossession. So these are the areas which are so important from the exam point of view. And also in case of hire purchase, MCQs are also important. So an MCQ may also be given from the hire purchase chapter. So just to go through the MCQs what we have given in our MCQ material. And next, coming to insurance claims. So in case of insurance claims, so just to go through the areas what you have covered in your revision time. And also if you have not covered this chapter in your revision time, at least try to focus on so computation of claim for loss of stock. So in case of loss of stock, how the claim will be computed. So those kind of problems will be there. Around 4 to 5 models are there. So at least try to cover at least one model. So that is based on abnormal items. Presence of abnormal items are there. So on the date of the fire accident. So in that case, how to calculate the claim amount. So those kind of problems, try to focus on them. And next, departmental accounts. Actually, this is not the chapter which is frequently tested in the examination. So rarely tested chapter. So go through the topics you have covered in your revision time. So if you have not revised this chapter in your revision time, so then simply skip this chapter. Okay, next. So accounting and introduction and revenue, capital and revenue expenditures. So this is also one of the important chapter. So in this chapter, so most of the cases they are going to give you a question based on so MCQs, and also go through the various accounting concepts like what is going concern concept, what is prudence. So accounting concepts and accounting conventions are there. So write a short notes on going concern concept, like that some questions will be tested. So just to go through various accounting concepts and also cover so all the MCQs which are given in our MCQ material. And next, bills of exchange. So cover all the MCQs given in our MCQ material. So try to solve the problem based on renewal of a bill and try to solve the problem based on accommodation bill. Next, coming to the consignment chapter. In case of consignment chapter, try to solve all the MCQs given in our MCQ material and go through this chapter. Just to revise the topics what you have covered in your revision time. And in case of joint venture also, cover all the MCQs and go through so the topics what you have revised in your revision time. If you have not revised these two chapters in your revision time, then simply you can skip these two chapters. And next, the foundation related areas like journal, ledger, subsidiary books, cash book, BRS and trial balance. Simply you can skip all these chapters. But what you are required to cover is cover all the MCQs given in our MCQ material. And also, so BRS chapter is one of the important chapter. A question will be tested. So revise the BRS chapter once by solving at least one problem for each model. So what are the different models of problems we are having? So when favorable balances are given, OD balances are given, how to prepare the BRS So based on the amended cash book, just try to cover at least one problem based on each model. And next, one more important chapter is also there, that is rectification and depreciation. So these are also the two chapters which are highly important from exam point of view. So frequently a question will be given from the rectification of error chapter. So try to solve whatever the models we are having in the study material, and also in case of depreciation chapter also try to solve whatever the models we are having in the study material. So these are also the important chapters from the foundation areas which are frequently tested in the examination. Okay, now so try to cover all the models in the study material. Okay, so these are the areas which you are required to prepare, and thank you and all the best.